What's up, everyone? Sean Archer here. I am back to say hello, happy spring. It is 90 degrees in Florida already, and it's only gonna get worse. Guys, I wanted to make a video today. I meant to make this video over spring break when I was up in Georgia. So I went up to Georgia, saw the family, but while I was in North Georgia, I went to a coin shop. Now this video is going to be about silver and precious metals, how to buy and sell. So I sold some of my silver that I bought years ago, and I bought silver, guys, I started buying silver when it was probably $14 an ounce spot, which means I didn't buy it at that price. I probably was buying around $16, because if you buy online or you buy from a dealer, you're usually going to pay a premium, and that's how it is. That's how they make their money. And geez, by the way, I fell on a cactus today, guys. A cactus while I was digging something, and I'm so loaded with cactus hairs that I can barely sleep. I'm just itching and I'm miserable. But anyways, don't fall on a cactus. So I started buying at $16. I bought at $17, $18, $20, $25. You know what I mean? Right now, Bitcoin, silver is in the 30s. Last time I checked, it was $33. I think it's dropped a little bit. But so I went to a coin shop. Now I've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace directly to somebody. Hey, I'm selling X amount of ounces. Somebody comes, they look at it, they say, yeah, I'll buy it from you. I've done that. I've sold at spot price. That's one way to sell. You can sell straight back to the dealer. In other words, you can call the dealer, say, I have this many ounces, this is what they are. You can sell it back to the dealer. They'll give you a low ball offer usually. It's going to be under spot, maybe spot if you're lucky. Or you can go to a coin shop and see what they offer. Now, basically, that means you got to shop around and see what the best deal is. So I did some of that, and I just determined, I talked to a lady named Bobby. Yes, her name is Bobby, and she lives in the town of Toccoa, and she works at the coin shop there. She owns it. She's been there for years, and I sold her silver. It was an interesting process. I wanted to do the process of selling to a coin shop just for the experience. Was it the best deal I got? It was fair. It was fair because she paid me cash that day, and I walked out. I didn't have to mail something, and I have to wait several days for stuff to authenticate and then process like you would for an online dealer. But all in all, I've been wanting to do different ways of buying and selling. So what are the downsides of selling to a person like on Facebook? Well, you probably, unless you know them personally or you know somebody, a friend of a friend, you don't know who you're going to end up with. So I've been told, if you're going to meet up somewhere to sell something, do it at a police station, in front of a police station, or at a bank, things like that. The nice thing about a coin shop is it's secured, things like that. So there's no risk in that manner, and the people there are used to their clientele, we'll just say that. It was a very, very pleasant experience. I actually learned a lot. Talking to the lady, I learned a lot about the business and the industry and some of the risk that they take. So one of the reasons they will not typically offer you spot price, which, when I sold it was $33 that day. She offered me $31 per ounce, is because the price could drop. So if the price drops while she's holding it, then she loses money. Okay, so that's a risk. But the benefit on her end is if she can turn around and sell it pretty much immediately, which is normally what they do, then they are able to make a good profit. But if they don't, if they sit on it and decide, hey, I'm going to see if it goes up or down, whatever the case is, usually from what I understand from talking with Bobby is that they will try to sell it almost immediately. What was interesting about this, guys, is that I said, she said, I'm going to call someone today and I'm going to try and, sell it in one door and out the other. And I said, oh, who are you going to sell it to? And she said, there's a church that buys silver. I said, really? I said, yeah, they take their money that they earn it, that they collect at the church, and they invest in silver. I thought that was very interesting, and I've actually talked about that with churches before. Of course, I thought I was crazy, but it's interesting. A lot of churches will keep money in a bank for projects or whatever it is. They're not going to earn any money on it. And I thought, wow, that's genius. These guys are actually investing in constitutional money, and they're probably going to increase, if they sit on it, they're going to increase the holdings and the price of it as it goes up or down. Guys, it's going to go up long term, just so you know. I'm not a financial advisor. It's going to dip. It's going to dip in this next little bit, but it's going to go back up as an inflation hedge, most likely. But I did all this for the experience. I needed a little cash. I wanted some cash set aside for some other projects I'm working on. And yeah, it was interesting. So I've now sold online. I've called online dealers. Sean Archer has this many ounces. This is what they are. The Silver Eagles, Buffaloes, whatever they are. Okay, we'll offer you this much. You send it in. You gotta, ship it overnight, insured shipping, blah, blah, blah. I've sold in person to people on Facebook Marketplace. And I've sold at a coin shop. Now, flip side of that is I've only bought metals from online dealers. I think what I'd like to start doing, or at least a little bit in the future, is trying to buy silver from someone individually, and I would like to try to buy at spot. Why at spot? Well, first of all, it's very rare that you're going to buy anything at spot price because everybody wants to make a profit, and there's a premium. People get shocked when they go, how is silver, $33 an ounce, but everywhere I go to buy it, it's $38 an ounce. It's because there's a premium, supply and demand. And guys, right now, you're going to start to see more and more of a shortage in the metals market because, well, there's a lot of reasons. But all in all, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to bring up the fact that if you're watching this video currently, this is going into the crypto markets. A lot of guys, what I talk about is the crypto stuff. Crypto is starting to retrace a little bit because the Trump tariffs are going into effect. The markets are freaking out a little bit. This is going to be temporary freak out mode, but you're going to start to see crypto take a dip, I believe. Stock market is absolutely going to retrace, which means there's opportunity, guys, to get in at prices that I haven't seen in a while. Prices that, if you were hesitant, you're getting in at fire sale prices. So consider, come Sunday or Monday or whatever it is, keep your eye on the prices, and as they retrace, I'm going to be dipping in a little bit more, trying to pick up a little bit more with the money I earned from selling my silver, some of my silver. So there's a purpose for what I'm doing, and we're going to see if it pays off. It's risky because silver is actually what you want to be buying in the near future, but in the near term, it could work. Guys, be a blessing to someone today. I'm Sean Archer, TIA. This is America. And I will see you someday in the future. I'm out.